Say Buhari, say Baba, say Buhari, say Baba, say Buhari.
Hey, Baba. If anybody turned up tomorrow and started abusing Buhari, a Tinubu supporter started criticizing Buhari and all of that, no gree, go there and tell them, now you they abuse Buhari. Tell them, go there and tell them, we are not going to let that happen. Because of politics. Majority of you turn to animals, cold-hearted animals. You no longer even care that you are humans anymore. It's all about the banter. It's all about the trolling. You are being murdered. You are being fleeced. Your future, your present are being stolen by criminals. You are defending them. And all of a sudden, you want to turn back after 7 years. You will come here and slander Buhari on this social media. It no go happen. And that's why I think the obedient are indeed doing that in that regard. Let me show you something. One of the things that has become a bit of an headache, a problem, is that before now, the obedients were trolled. They were mocked. They were bullied. Some of them were like physically assaulted. And they were told categorically then that you are just wasting your time. Some people are telling them that they are wasting their time. But what they are not telling you is that whether waste of time or whether no waste of time or the establishment, and listen, there are some certain things that or some certain myths that they are now disproving. Some of them is like, Peter B is an Igbo man. So they started playing the card of tribal this, tribal that. We saw, we are seeing where that has taken Nigeria anyway. However, who sabi Peter B in northern Nigeria? Baba, that used to be the trending one. But by the way, for the record, let me tell you, if there is something that the obedient achieved and you can't take away from them anymore, okay? Whether they dislodge the establishment, whether Obi become their president or not, whatever happens, you see, disobedient, they achieved one thing. You remember the word activists. Almost everybody turned to activists too because of followers on social media. I remember how many times I keep telling you, don't call me an activist. I know they fight for anybody's right. What they do is say they try call you, encourage you, we will join together and together. Fight the same people. We want make life, they make life hell for us. If you are not ready to fight for your right, I know I am not ready to fight for your right, for you. That's what I do. On this social media, somebody with 1 million follower, 1 million Twitter, 1 million this or that, they don't become influencers. I'm talking about a ragtag, people who have no idea politically or ordinarily. Chancers, we call them. They call them influencers. So they started being those who are like shaping the political views of people. They started dropping some political hot takes. But the obedient, they neutralize all of that too. Today, we have now realized that there is no activist in Nigeria. Now, cash activists plenty. Because before now everybody, they complain about bad governance, bad government, terrible government. Now, activists self, they pray that the government should arrest them so that the whole world can realize that this government is bad and they are fighting for your rights. Activists. Now, when Peter B. say won't be president, now you will realize, say, your activist, then be cash activist. They say, Obi, no, they give them money. So which means there's not going to be any gig. It's all going to be free. Babana, so the activists will condemn corruption, condemn incompetency, condemn incredibility and all of that. Now, so they say to save money na nonsense, but to loot the money is the best. So obedient, I'll give you that one. Take them. When I expose all those people Nobody feel pretend to be any activist anywhere anymore. Do you know the second thing you also, another myth that you are indeed demystifying right now is that Peter Obi is not known in northern Nigeria. He's an Igbo man. Nobody will even take him. He's an infidel. But all of this talk, you see this Obi, they're mad though. He got to a stage, they have to organize people in Katsina, Buhari state, to attack them. Like, what's going on? Like, we used to spend money to even host Buhari in Katsina, his own state. It cost the state 500 million naira. But this one, Obi, he go just woes in, woes out, woes in, woes out. How they do them? So if they are not telling you, it's a big concern. And it is exposing the lie that except some people actually give you the clearance to enter northern Nigeria, you are not welcome, especially an Igbo man. Baba, it is a big concern. May I show you a few? This one is called Damboa. You know Damboa? No, Damboa, I don't know. Oh, Biu. These are in Borno State, where Boko Haram headquarters strong. This guy carrying a helicopter go there. Somehow, he went there and he came back. I'll show you. Look at this.
This is a Peter Obi in view. This is a Peter Obi in view.
View in Borno, Shetima's headquarters, Boko Haram headquarters. He was there. I mean, he went into a town hall meeting with them. As they say, a town hall is different from, this is a view. As in Bill, it was in Gombe, it was in Katsina, it was in Bauchi, And yeah, I mean, for the obedient who are part of us tonight, I will bring that visual to you as usual in the for the sake of the diary, okay? But do you mind if I ask you, my friends on Facebook, you are doing well tonight. Facebook allow you to see me enough tonight, but don't just sit down there without liking the broadcast. You know what I mean? Sharing it, share it. If the system, if the Facebook allow you to, okay. On YouTube, we are nearly 3,000 of us right now on YouTube live, Abi. But it's only about 500 of us who have taken it upon themselves to actually like this broadcast. I mean, if you have sat there for almost 2 hours or the last 1 hour, right? That means you probably like what you are seeing or you enjoy the conversation, do you? How about you take a moment to like the broadcast, right? And at the same time, even subscribe. Do you mind before we continue? So I'm going to take you to Bauchi. Then after that, I'm going to take you to Gombe. Then after that, I'm going to take you to somewhere else too. So let's take a moment on YouTube right now. Let's take a moment to like this broadcast, okay? Also take a moment as well to do that subscription. It won't take much, 30 seconds. See? It's very easy and then simple. Thank you very much to everyone who has responded, okay? Thank you very much for that. However, let's go on. Let me take you to Bauchi, where the obedience and Obi. In fact, let me first take you to Gombe, okay? I'm going to join the old clips like here and there, all right? So let's start this one. How how was he received in Gombe? Gombe is northern Nigeria, by the way. So when they tell you that he's not welcome, he's not accepted, nobody knows him, social media will actually prove you. I mean, social media will disagree. Look at this. And there is another one. I think this one is Bauchi or so. Like I said, I'll just mix all those clips together. Then I'm going to go and hear what he told them. What did he tell them in those places? That will be the other part of this conversation. But look at this one.
We are obedient. So everybody must be obedient. It has been long that old people, our grandfathers, they rule us. So we want a change. We want somebody like us. You that has blood and us to rule this country for a better Nigeria and for a betterment of all the people. Yeah. That's what we want. That's what we want. No more Arewa, no more East, no more East, no more Southwest. But we are based on Peter Obi because it's our vote.
I mean, ordinarily they shouldn't worry, especially those who are like the traditional, platforms like APC and then a PDP. No, but Baba, this guy started 10 months ago. Now, they are a big problem. They are a big contender. They are front runners, right? And the areas and territories that people felt like impenetrable, it's never going to happen. Forget it. So I don't know what they do, but let me take you to Bauchi, where it was today. Then I'm going to take you to Gombe, another places where he spoke. But these particular two places and what he told them, so similar message, right? But just listen, right? Pay attention to what he's saying, how he's saying them, and how the people are reacting. Then I'm coming back.
Mama, Papa, Mama, Papa, Mama, Papa. Come on, Bauchi, salam alaikum. Come on, Bauchi, salam alaikum. Whenever I'm in Bauchi, it reminds me that once there was a united Nigeria, once there was peaceful Nigeria. Nigeria was on path of greatness from a preferred leader from Bauchi, Tafa, Balewa. Nigeria was on path of greatness for Tafa, Balewa. I come from Anambra State. I live in Onitsha, where a man who believes in the unity of Nigeria, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, is from. In Bauchi, we had a great leader who believes in progress of Nigeria. And I said it this morning, that Nigeria today is breeding poverty. People are poor in Nigeria. People are hungry. People are insecure. All the monies we borrowed, we have used it the way the Babalawa used the money he borrowed. Nigeria would have been heaven today. In June 17, 1964, Baba Balawa applied to World Bank to give him $82 million to build the Kainji Dam to generate power. Today, Kainji Dam is still there. It was supposed to generate 760 megawatts. Today, that the equivalent of that money is supposed to be about $1,250 million. That's the equivalent today. Our debt today Nigeria is owing 77 trillion. When we add our ways and means, which equivalent, when we use our 410 Naira per dollar, it is now worth $187 billion. If you divide it by the value of what Balawa built then, we would have had 150 Kainji dams. Nigeria today would have been exporting power. What we're here to say, I'm sure somebody will even do the interpretation, but be rest assured, this is a great city. A city where a leader that wanted to build a Nigeria came from, and we're in this city saying we want to build one Nigeria. A new Nigeria is possible. A Nigeria where you have a job. A Nigeria that will be economic growth. A Nigeria that will be peaceful. A Nigeria that will be secured. That is what we want to build. We urge all of you, go out. They've told you lies. You voted for them. Today you are hungry. Election that is coming this year, you should not be on track. Let nobody come and tell you it's from the north. People from the north are hungry. They didn't give them food. Let nobody tell you it's from the south. People from the south are hungry. They didn't give them food. People from the north did not go to school. They didn't provide school. I've said it. All the people from the north today, they said they're out of school. They've learned Quran. I will meet them where they are learning Quran and teach them skill. That's what we want to do. I will assure you it will go a long way.
No to confederalism.
Abinda shugaban kasa mai jira ya ce duk masu karatun alkur'ani a makarantun allo za mu je mu same su a wurin, za mu iske su a wurin, kuma za mu ba su sana'o'i insha Allah.
We will ensure you have a job. We will ensure you are secured. That's what me and that are going to do. Vote for us. The youth, you voted for these people. All the people who are coming here, you voted for them before. You voted for APC. They are proving sweeping you to hunger. You voted for PDP. Emperor Alika, you're hungry. We now want you to vote for human being. Mama, Papa. Mama, Papa. You know,
he said a lot, right? But there is more from other places too. Like I told you, his messages are almost similar. But this time around, did you look around? Did you see that? And there's something too. He could speak, he could talk. You could hear him and you could judge him by what he is saying. Kolu doesn't even say anything. I mean, Kolu doesn't say anything meaningful, sensible, reasonable. For you to even say and try to be like, okay, now let's take point by point. There's no point. I'll play you some of that before we go tonight, but let's quickly go to another part. This time around, this is not Bauchi. Or should I show you Bauchi one more time, where himself and his deputy, Dati, were at a palace. And that should be the palace of the Onibauchi of Bauchi. Or should we call it Emir of Bauchi? In Yoruba land, we'll call him Onibauchi of Bauchi anyway. I'll show you that before we continue. Nah, that's another one. Let's go to another place, especially, I think this is a Gombe. It's not Gombe. It's Katsina. If it's not Katsina, it doesn't matter. Shall I look around there? I can't remember, right? This is what he told them there. It's also part of the Northern Nigeria tour he's been on. And all I can see is that,
keeping you here late. I apologize.
No! We give you our
we went to Borno State because it is difficult for people to go to Borno State, but we said we will go there. When we got there, we had issues with our aircraft and we were delayed.
Yes.
So we apologize. Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
A Nigeria where every Nigerian will be happy. Today, all you have in Nigeria is poverty, hunger, joblessness, kidnapping, insecurity.
We don't go back ourselves.
There used to be no famine. Today, everybody is hungry. You have nobody supporting family again. Nobody forgiving you again. You have been abandoned. All you hear now is poverty all over the place.
Kill me because of Peter Obi. I go die. Nothing will chop me.
We in Labour
I
Party.
love him.
That year now, one
I
simple
love
thing.
Peter Obi. No be like
Is to secure and unite Nigeria. We want a united Nigeria. We want to secure and unite Nigeria. We want to remove Nigeria from consumption to production. Because we want you to have job. We want you to have a job. We want the youth to have something they are doing. We can no longer stay in a country where our youth are not doing anything. We want our youth to do something. They will come to tell you to vote for them. I say we have no structure. They are so that produce poverty. They are so that produce criminality. People don't live in fear in our country. We want that to reduce. We don't want you to live in fear. We want you to have job. This first election is just a month from today. 1 month from today, do not vote for anybody because it's from the north. Don't vote for anybody because it's from the north or from ethnicity. When they say vote for them because they are from the north, tell them we are hungry. Tell them we have no job. Tell them you have no school. Schools, they're not secured. And they're not organizing president. Is there anywhere not has buy bread cheaper? Do you buy bread cheaper anywhere because of on the north? It's same thing for people in the south. Do not vote for them because of religion. No religion buys bread cheaper. Is there anywhere Muslims buy bread cheaper? Is there anywhere Christians buy bread cheaper? Don't vote because of religion. Don't vote because it's their turn. It's nobody's turn. It's your turn to take back Nigeria. It's your turn to take back Nigeria. So don't vote for them because it's my turn. Election this year is an election to start building a new Nigeria. And that new Nigeria can only come when you vote people who are competent. When you vote people who have character. When you have people who have compassion. When you have people who have physical and mental energy to do the job. This is a job that requires, you can see the two of us here. You see our wives. Shanti are young. No other combination is this. We want to build a new Nigeria. We want to build a new Nigeria. We thank you. You have voted for umbrella, elite, and you were suffering. You voted for broom, that sweep into poverty. Now we want you to vote for human being, so that we can start building Nigeria. We want you to vote for Mama, Papa, Vicky, so we can start building a new Nigeria. We want you to vote for Mama, Papa, Vicky. Go and look for where they say LP. That's there what you see is LP. Go there, vote, stay down till they count it. Gombe, we are saying we will not come from Abuja. We will come to Gombe. Empower farmers here so they can go back to farm. We will support them. Fertilizer price has gone up. No more farming, no more anything. That's what we want to change. We will come here to put women out of poverty. We were not going to stay in Abuja. No more government from Abuja. We will do it from here. That is what we are saying. Go down to every part of Gombe. Tell them that these two people you are seeing are determined. There's no two other like us. us. We want to bring government nearer to the people. That's why we are doing what we are doing. That's why we are going every.
Anon. I told you, just listen to what he's saying. And then somebody, Cynthia, you are asking me if I will believe in what he's going to do if he get that power. But see, dear ma, right? Cynthia, don't ask me because I don't have the answer. I have told you that no matter which side any of these people belong to, it is a pure waste of time. And in fact, it is like self-harm for you to take any word that comes out of any politician in Nigeria, including Obi, to heart. But you see, obedience, if you know their history, the history of that movement that Obi is benefiting from today, are you with me? Then you will realize that the whole thing is not even Obi's making. He didn't come up with this. He didn't create all of this. You know that. A lot of us know that. He's just a beneficiary. Now, those who decided to go and trust him that much and push him to this point, they are likely the people who are in the best position to tell you how convinced. They will tell you. They say it everywhere. I believe him. I trust him. Every word he says. I don't. Here you get. But that does not mean that the same way I shared what Atifku says, what Kolu says, Tinubu, what every one of them says, this is the same process of bringing the whole thing to you. And then you can actually understand or make your choice or make your decisions on all of this. But for myself, trust me, I don't believe a jack from what comes out of their mouth. Yeah, I don't. That's me. But a lot of these guys actually do because they made him. He's telling them exactly what they want to know. And they believe that if there is no godfather, this or that, money back here or there, if he legitimately, genuinely should get them to take him into that presidency, that could be power back to them. And that's something that is so huge that I can't invest in such. You get, I don't have a tiny bit of emotion to invest in anything going on in Nigeria other than for the educational purposes only. So that when people say, how did we get here? How did we get here? Go and watch Mayegun. You will get to know how we got here. That's the difference. You get that? So I may not be able to answer that for you, Cynthia, because I don't believe in everything he says. Here you get. But he is saying them, and he's got this force behind him that I'm trying to tell you not to ignore. That same force is making the establishment to react in a way that some of us never even envisaged until now. Let me show you the candidate of the ruling party again. And when he's speaking, this is another campaign, and this candidate is the candidate of the ruling party in Nigeria. Are you with me? And in his words, something is not going right. Apart from the fact that he is the candidate, he is also the sick, incoherent someone that believes he's just waiting to be crowned. His name is Tinubu. Kolu.
Amadibo. Amawole. Amadibo. Amawole. Amadibo. Amawole. Bá pààrọ̀ igi ara náírà.
Bá náwó kẹ́dọ̀ ní gbèsè.
Lè náwó kẹ́dọ̀ ní gbèsè. Ibi tẹ́ bá gbójú sí ọ̀nà òní gbàbẹ̀, àwa la máa wọlé àwọn ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ alábùradà yẹn ọmọ àṣekínní o ọmọ àlùlẹ̀.
Àkọ́bí àwọn tí bẹ́ẹ̀ wà lára.
àmọ́ yìí o, àmọ́ yìí o, àwa mọ̀ yìí àtún ìmọ̀ o. Èyí tí ń pè rí wà láyìíká. Bàbá dúró bọ́, bàbá tẹni jẹ́. Àbí làbí fáwọn lọ́tẹ̀, gbogbo ilẹ̀ ó fara jẹta. Ẹ̀yin tí ń pè rí wà láyìíká o, àmọ́ yìí o, àmọ́ yìí o, àwa mọ̀ yìí àtún ìmọ̀ o. Thank you. Ẹ̀yin tí ń pè rí wà láyìíká, gbogbo ilẹ̀ ó fara jẹta.
City boy. Ó ti dé báyìí kó ń ṣàlejò yìí. Ọmọ alẹ́ ni mí ti dé ojú òní tì yín. A máa gbọ́ àjọba yìí lọ́wọ́ wọn. Àwọn ọlọ̀tẹ̀ náà fẹ́ bá wa dù. Wọ́n ṣèkan rí. The great Nigerian youth. The great Nigerian students. The greatest of the greatest of the greatest. The confident Nigerian youth. The greatest of the greatest of the greatest. The greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is a revolution. This is what?
Revolution.
This election is a revolution. Adọ́gbọ́n. Wọ́n fẹ́ fi Fìlàdébàdì ìrọ́dọ́gba. Ìgbà yóò sọ̀rọ̀ ńlẹ̀. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ epo àwọn á di 200 á di 5. Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀, a máa gbé wálẹ̀.
Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀. Ìwúta fẹ́.
Now, if you take it out, that take tribe out, okay, take religion out, just kind of be sincere, in all honesty. You listen to that guy just now, and he spoke. Let me tell you, he spoke for just 4 minutes, 18 seconds. He didn't speak for that long, okay, but that video played for 4 minutes, 18 seconds. Could you make any sense out of all he said? Did you? If you take out take everything out, just what you looked at, and the video you've been listening or watching all this while, if you put them side by side, and you take religion and all of that out, as a Yoruba man watching me right now, would you still stand behind that sick man? Would you? Okay, I get that. If you still stand behind him, that tells a lot about you. Of course it does. A sick old man with access to the state resources that he could use anytime, every time, whenever he wants. And some are milking that endlessly. And today, the most they could actually push for APC, Egbekegbe, for Kolu, Tinubu, is either religion or tribe. Now that seems to be collapsing so fast too. And like I told you, the obedience, you have made this more interesting. It doesn't matter what I think or say. It doesn't matter what anybody think or say. The reality of today, including the responses and the reactions of those who are like living in their comfort zones before, they are confirming that when you said you are pressing their necks, I think you are actually pressing their necks. I admit that you are. Because things are about to get really, really dirty, murky. And in this fight, where Kolu said he is ready to go dirty, if he has to, I think he's about to get to that stage now. And I wish you what you wish yourselves. I can't wish you anything. I mean, you always have your wishes right there, your battle. However, I am just a referee, keeping the record and telling you things that you should know, the truth that are being watered down, and at the same time, as they say, it was the song for the PDP APC. But with the adventure of the obedience, they just appear on the scene as the comer. Okay? And that is why I decided to bring that out to you tonight as well. And then, yeah, as a catch-up, I am going to see you some other time. Okay? I was going to take a few calls tonight. However, I'm going to skip that. Sorry, yeah. We can have phone calls some other time. And I'm actually thinking of having our People's Parliament at the end of this month, 31st. Whatever happens, okay? Thank you very much for spending your evening with me. All of you, okay? I have shared what I think you should know, have a clue about. Add them to all other things you know. Tinubu is crying for help. Tinubu and his gang are about to become the wailing wailers. And like I told you from the beginning as well, if you think you have been the worst critic of Buhari, oh, I hate Buhari, I hate it, just wait for the next few days and see the kind of a barrage of attacks that will come the way of, Buhari and everyone within that system. Because Kolu has gotten the message. And it's not good. He is going to bully them. That's what he believes. I will bully them the same way I bullied them during the primaries when they thought they could shortchange me or chank me. Is the same plan. Just make sure that you are focused enough. Whatever they are complaining about now are things that people have complained already. The violence they want to unleash has actually caught the attention of the American embassy in Nigeria, who are now sending a message to all of them that if you try any violence, we're going to revoke your visa. Baba, keep your visa. Some of these guys don't need your visa anyway, if they have the power. And in Nigeria, it doesn't matter how you get that power. Just get it first. You can sort it later. Who never agree or who doesn't agree with you, they will probably come around later. And if they don't come around, who gives a fuck? Who gives a damn? That's how it is in Nigeria. There seems to be more coming the way of Kolu than what you are hearing right now. Because you remember that drug deal, drug, Well, there is already an investigation ongoing in the UK. And this investigation is towards Kolu's involvement in paying about $4 million or $40 million to a drug, to a business in the UK. A business that the entire business before that money was paid is not worth more than 50,000 pounds sterling, only to get millions of dollars transfer from Kolu. But guess what? They said this company have a link. They have a link with, a drug cartel somewhere in South America and all of that. All these are popping up, just so you know. And when they mention Pandora, all of you probably just want to read the headlines, okay? The Pandora thing, Peter Obi is in that Pandora. And his own response was that before he joined politics in 2003 or 2005, he decided to put all of his investment. He was living in the UK, businessman, by the way, right? He put all his money together, all his investment together, and put them in a shell company So he was going to go into politics. Okay, that's how his name pop up in the Pandora. But others also popped up. Shebi Peter Obi get business before going into politics. Waiting be the business of Saraki. What was the business of Tinubu? What was the business of some other guys that also appeared in that Pandora? But they are your leaders today, by the way, all right? Just information. They are pieces of information that you may not find them useful, but they are always there anyway, all the time. Talking about Pandora. Look at this. The governor of Kebbi State, the guy who helped Abacha to loot all the billions that they are now returning back to Nigeria today. Abacha loot. His name is Abubakar Atiku Bagudu. He is the second-term governor of Kebbi State right now. The former governor of Osun State, Oyetola, which is Gbenga Oyetola, the cousin to Tinubu, was also on the list of those who actually stole money in Nigeria. They stole public money and hide them in a shell company. These guys don't have any business. They had no business, no real business before politics and their involvement in looting Nigeria. Anyway, look at that. They said that the children of Sambo Dasuki, the man that became the Father Christmas under Goodluck Egbere Jolantan, right? And others like that, just so you know, is a mention, okay? So whatever happens, right? The coming days are going to be really, really interesting. And I advise you to actually approach them with open minds. Or else, some of your favorites are going to kiss the dust. Some of the things you know are going to become a myth that will be demystified. And if you are still underrating the obedient and what they are doing, I am here to remind you, for the sake of your mental health, please reduce the level you are underrating them. Because the owners of Nigeria, the kingmaker, Kalu himself, is worried. And his main worry is not really about the obedience, but because he has no power to stop them, he has no money to buy the vote, he will need Buhari's influence, Buhari's backing, the power of incumbency, all of that. But it doesn't seem that he's going to get that. Or he's not getting a signal that says he's going to get that. Just wait and watch how they are going to attack Buhari, attack his government, and you'll be wondering, are these guys not from the same political party? They are, but they are just they call them the strange bedfellows. They were never friends. They never came together because of Nigeria. They came together because of their personal interests. Now they have waited for 7 years. It can't be like saying a wrong investment. So Tinubu will fight. They will use everything. You will see drama, except Buhari quickly turn around and give him all he wants: money, and the police, INEC, and everything that has to do with this election, so that they can declare him the winner and they can deal with it later. Except for that, the whole drama on what happened within APC or what is going on within APC, they will tell us themselves. You don't need to pay anybody to investigate or spy on APC or PDP. They will tell us themselves. I can assure you of that. And the moment I get something, trust me, I'll bring them down here to tell you and show you. These guys are criminals. You may respect them, you may like them, you may be fighting for them, defending them. No matter what you say about them, no matter what good they turn to, look at me very well. They will remain criminals in our book. And we will continue to remind you that giving power to criminals is like renewing your slavery license. And it is a sign of madness. You cannot be doing same thing again and again and again and expect a different result. Baba na shoko you get, you mad. They never tell you ni. Not be everybody where they tear their clothes. Or no be when people tear cloth, now that time they're mad. A lot of you are mad based on the mental problem you are suffering from that nobody has diagnosed. I'm diagnosing them for you now. When you do something again and again and expect a different result, is a very free diagnosis. You are a mad person. And I'm here to tell you, right? I'll see you some other time. To everybody watching, especially on YouTube, thank you very much for tonight. It is always like this, okay? Good enough that you really caught up with us. Next time I'm going to be back here, which is going to be tomorrow night again. Until then, stay safe. Like this broadcast, share it, right? Subscribe, set your notification on. All notifications on YouTube. Just put everything on. and you will never miss anything. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa ìṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.